Hi, Blue Jackets. It was so wonderful to see you in class this week. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll do a review today for everyone who was in class, but especially for the people who were not able to make 2 classes. Let's first of all congratulate the people who earned new belts this week. Thank you for working really hard on the last quarter's material, and now we're starting our new one. So we'll review some of that for you today. So we'll begin with some warm-ups, and then we will do some sparring numbering system. So 1 through 4 on hands, 1 through 4 on feet, and then we'll make sure that we cover some new grab reversals. So when you were white jackets, you all worked on breakaways from somebody grabbing your wrist or somebody grabbing your neck. Now we're going to work on a couple of grab reversals where we grab the person who's grabbing us and make them change their mind. And then we'll also review your 1 steps for you. So lots of us need to have more time on those, so I included in this review. All right, hope you enjoyed this review. Remember, you can rewind any piece of it as much as you want so that you can practice as many times as necessary to do really, really well on your review for this belt. Thanks very much. Have fun. We are starting on our new black belt challenges this week. So we want to make sure that we remember we have 3 challenges every time. 1 is mind, 2 body, 3 making a difference in the world. And so we want to use our self-leadership to improve our lives and improve the lives of the people around us, to make us happier and to make the people around us happier. So let's work on mind. We'll work on integrity and perseverance. So these are really closely connected because it's in times of stress that our integrity gets challenged, and it's perseverance that will help us to keep our integrity and perseverance that will get us through times of stress. So these are really important. So we'd like to give ourselves those challenges and then go on to also our body. We want to make sure that our body keeps getting happier with us. We want to make sure that our body keeps improving its skills and its abilities to be strong and to keep our mind optimistic. So what we're going to do is work on training with our families. So we could do karate, of course. We could do daily PE classes. We could also do daily fitness challenges that maybe we get to rotate between each member of the family about what our favorite thing is or what our favorite exercise is, and see who can do the most of it, see who can hold it the longest, see what you'd like to improve on, especially for your black belt fitness test. So those of you who are getting ready for black belt, you should really, really be focusing on all 5 of our events for black belt fitness tests, which are squats, push-ups, hanging leg raises, pull-ups, and burpees in that order. So train in that order, but also really focus on the ones that you need to improve on. And then thirdly, we want to make a difference in our world. So let's use our self-leadership to reach out and show gratitude to the first responders who are protecting us every day, to doctors, to nurses, to firefighters. We have at least 3 family karate moms and dads who are firefighters, so let's show them gratitude too. So we can make a difference by creating stronger minds, stronger bodies, and stronger community. Thank you so much for being part of our karate family. On our warm-ups this week, we worked a lot on plyometrics. That's a way of explosive movement so that we learn to be more explosive, faster, stronger, and more balanced. So I'll just give you a couple of examples of lunges today. So we'll do 3 examples, and we'll also do 3 stretches that might be good with those. So let's go through these. So lunging, you guys are used to doing, just changing legs or perhaps going across the room. So the first lunge we're going to do is like this. We're going to get down pretty low. We're going to get down, and then we're going to explode up fast. Knee strike. It's really important that we can get up our knees quickly for offense and for defense in martial arts. So quick knee like this. All right, so just practice maybe 10 on each side. And you can go through these rotations again as many times as you want to get an even better workout. So touchdown behind you, and then bring your knee up really fast. Okay, so we all know stretch number 11. We're going to do that upside down. There are at least 11 ways to do stretch number 11. So we're going to lie on our back, and we're going to
Straighten out our leg and then just pull it back towards us. If this is really difficult for you to do, then just grab onto your leg like this and pull back as you lay back down. So pull that leg as far back as you can. And then push your knee in. And then come back and try the other leg. Straight leg as far as you can. Go up and grab it. And pull back. And then put your knee in like this. Okay. All right. So now let's take that reverse lunge or back lunge just one step further. So we'll touch down, and this time we'll come up and swing our knee the same way, but we're going to come up and hop. So touch down, come up and hop. Touch down, I'll move back a little bit here. Jump up, jump up. Okay, same thing on the side. Touch down. Come up so fast that you can pop your foot up off the ground. Off the ground. Up. Up. Okay. So now let's stretch our calves a little bit. Lots of ways you can do this. Just lean against something. Put one calf far back behind you. Press your heel down into the ground. And stretch your calf. Your soleus and your gastrocnemius. Other leg. And then try both feet. You have to stretch way far back to do that. Good. Okay. So next one is changing feet. So we'll just go down to our lunge and switch feet. Make sure you're balancing. Balancing. Balancing, balancing, change feet, quickly, quickly, good, about 10 on each side, okay? So now we'll do a thigh stretch for that. You should be able to feel your quads pretty burning right now. A couple different ways you can do this. One is lean forward, just grab your foot and bend your foot up to where you can feel quad burning, if that's easy for you. Put the other hand down the ground, go opposite hand and grab like this. You can also do this standing up against a wall or holding onto a chair. But just try to isolate quadricep muscles. Other side. So hand on the same side is easier for most people. Stretch your quadriceps. And then try the opposite. So balance on this hand and this knee. And lift up your leg far behind you and stretch your quads. Okay, so we'll keep working on plyometric training and match them with stretches so that we can get dynamic, strong, flexible, and balanced. In sparring combinations, we want to combine hands and feet together. We want to be able to make one move smoothly from one side to the other. We want to be able to go high and low. So to be able to mix that up and to keep our opponent off guard and confused, we want to make sure that we can mix these techniques. But sometimes they have long names and longer names when we combine them together in combination. So we'll do some shortcutting today. So some of you have heard of boxing 1 through 8, or you've heard of number 1 kick or number 3 kick. So I'll just do number 1, 2, 3, 4 for upper body and lower body so that you can connect those together and then we can call them out much, much quicker, whether it's a kick or a punch. So let's begin with number 1, upper body. Number 1, hand, jab. So the other hand stays home by our head and by our ribs while this one reaches out. So make sure that you can see that how my hips are turning this to be able to make this work. All right? Next one is 2. Again, hand stays home to protect my head, chin close to my shoulder, and rotate my body so I can have power. So rotate off your back foot and really push the power from your hips to your shoulders, shoulders to your arm. All right? So we're trying to do kinetic linking from the floor. It's that connection with the floor that helps us to be able to generate power all the way over here, maybe 5, 6, 7 feet away, depending on how big you are, to your hand over here, okay? So, 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. So rotate, rotate, rotate. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Okay? So that's 1 and 2. Kicking, similarly, if we're not doing anything with our back leg, but just staying in a stable position here, picking up our lead leg, number 1, right? Jab, number 1, front kick, or kicking with the front leg. It could be any kick, but front kick, front leg, number 1. And number 2, again, without doing anything with our front leg other than maybe rotating on it, number 2 kick, right? So 1, 2, upper body, 1, 2, lower body. So let's see if we can turn those into combinations. So let's start just with hands and then we'll rotate. Okay, so 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. All right, now let's try the kicking. 1, 2. Right. Lead leg, back leg. So let's see if we can put those together. So 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 2. All right, so more dynamically, it look more like this. 1, 2, 2. Okay, 1, 2, 2. All right, let's see if we can add a 1 to the front of that. But try this combination a few times. So then we'll add to the front and we'll do leg or lower body number 1. Okay, so stay in place, person coming at you. 1, 1, 2, 2. All right, so again, 1, 1, 2, 2. Hands up, elbows in when we're kicking. Only one hand leads when we're using our punching. So one more time. 1, 1, 2, 2. So those kicks could be any kind of a kick, but lead leg, number 1, back leg, number 2. Jabbing, number 1. Cross, overhand, reverse punch, whatever you want to call it, number 2. Okay, so one more time. 1, 1, 2, 2. 1, 1, 2, 2. Okay, so that's a combination just using the first 2 numbers, and we can, of course, do lots of combinations of those, but we want to make sure that, again, we're generating power every time and staying defensively strong through each of those combinations. Okay, so number 3 is, for kicking, is using your front foot, but doing something with your back foot. So it could be sliding in and kicking. It could be sliding back and kicking. Both of those are called number 3. It could be skipping in and kicking. That's also number 3. It could be skipping backwards and kicking. That's also number 3. So some kind of adjustment with our back leg and then kick with our front leg is number 3. And then number 4 is making some kind of adjustment with our front leg and kicking with our back leg. Right? We could be skipping with our front leg and kicking with our back leg. That's all number 4. And so for number 4 on hands, what we're going to call is, number 3, hooking like this. So it's all body, not pulling out like this. Just stay in tight like this, compact position. Roll your body in strongness. This all comes from your leading leg. Drive it really hard. And then, other side, number 4. So, lead 3, back 4. Okay? Lots of people use different kinds of numbering systems. We'll just use this one for just now. Okay? So, again, number 3, kick, is doing something with our back leg. Number 3, hand, is front hand. Okay? And then number 4 is coming with our back hand or coming with our back leg, but doing something with our leading one first. Okay, so 3 are both of the front and 4 are both of the back. All right, so we could combine them with 1, 2, 3, 4 all together to make combinations, and now we've got upper body and lower body. So use your imagination. Let's try number 3. So slide in. Number 3, bang, hook. All right, so it could be sliding in like this, bam, and 3. Okay, number 4, something with our back leg. So back leg, and then bam. Number 4, come with that side. You keep this lead side up. Okay, so use your imagination and figure out how to put these together. So when we count them for you, so let me just count only feet, okay? Here we go. So number 1, lead leg. Number 2, back leg. Number 3, move and do something with your front leg. And number 4, move and do something with your back leg, or the one that was in the back, okay? Number 1, hands, jab. Number 2, cross. Number 3, lead hand hook. And number 4, backhand hook, okay? So there you go. Now you have 1, 2, 3, 4 lower body, 1, 2, 3, 4 upper body. And we want to combine them most of the time. We want to go from one to the other most of the time. We want to make sure that we're rolling from one side of our body to the other so we can generate more power. And of course, where we're striking is dictated by 2 things: the target and the weapon that we have available for that target. So we're so happy to have Ms. Carty back with us today. She's going to help us learn some grab reversals. So instead of breaking away from somebody grabbing us, whether it's our wrist or our shoulders or our neck, we're actually going to grab them instead and change their mind that way. We're still going to do our best not to hurt anybody, but we'll make sure we change their minds. So let's start out with wrist ones. So imagine that I've grabbed Ms. Carty like this. You all know how to get away from this, so we'll get up close where you can see. And that is, so flip, grip, and rip. All right, using your whole body. So you all remember how to do that. So the idea I want you to get of this is that, and this works for a lot of different things. Can you grab me, please, Ms. Carly? Is if you turn one way, you can separate. If you turn the other way, you can connect. So in other words, one way would get you away, and one way would help you to grab them. So that's what we're going to do today. So with my right arm, I'm going to grab Ms. Carly's right arm like this. And so instead of doing the breakaway that she just showed you, what she's going to actually do is hold on to my hand, hold my hand onto her wrist, flip over, and then if she starts rotating with my elbow bent, she's going to get me to change my mind about holding on to her. I'm going to be tapping my wrist and trying to get away from that, okay? So watch that one again. So she's actually grabbing onto me. Now when she does that, I'm going to think, oh, she's trying to pull my hand off and I'll grab tighter. That's okay. That's exactly what Ms. Carly wants me to do. So she's going to flip over, connect, and then roll like this, okay? So the closer you can get to the person, the more you can use your body weight on. But you do this slowly because we don't really want to hurt the person, but we do want to make sure they come off us. So 2 things important to know. One is the elbow should be bent and the wrist should be bent. The wrist should be bent about as much as you can make it bend, and the elbow needs to be bent. If the elbow straightens out, that's okay. We can go through a different move. We can just press on the elbow and hyperextend the elbow a little bit, but that's something different, okay? So one more time on this one. She's grabbing onto me, and then she's flipping over, and do you see, as she stepped towards me, my elbow bent, and now my wrist is bent a lot, and so she just has to push over with this hand. That's not very comfortable, okay? So be careful, practice it with a partner who's bigger than you, and go slowly, okay? So let's imagine now somebody grabbing us from the front like this, okay? But they're not trying to choke us, they're just leaning on us and being annoying, okay? So what we're going to do is as they grab us, we're going to put one hand on the inside and one hand on the outside. And this is another principle I want you to get, is that you can isolate one arm by putting one hand on the outside. So I'll just have Carly show you like this. So I'm putting one hand on the inside of her and one hand on the outside. Now usually I want to turn my shoulders so that I can reach. So imagine Carly's way, way taller than me and might not be able to reach her. So one hand on the inside and one hand on the outside, okay? So from here, all we need to do is break down one arm like this. Break down one arm, and now the grip isn't nearly as strong. So this may sound surprising to you, but when somebody grabs you, it doesn't matter if it's like this or like this. When they grab you with two hands, and you get one hand off you, that doesn't mean they're grabbing you half as hard. If they can't push their hands together, they're not grabbing you nearly as hard, maybe as quarter as hard. So you just need to break down one arm, okay? So what you'll see Miss Carly do is put one hand on the inside and one hand on the outside, with both hands, and, sorry, one hand on the inside, that's right, and then just break your weight down on my elbow like this. So right away, I'm going, this person didn't do what I thought she was going to do. I thought she was going to be all scared and back up and like this, and suddenly she's breaking my grip down. So one hand on the outside, one hand on the inside, and just break down. You can put both of those near the person's shoulder and just drop your body weight on them, and then suddenly they're not going to be gripping you anymore. Now, the lower that you go, the lower they'll go, okay? So they'll probably try to change to something else, but that's okay. You have lots of skills. You can deal with that. And let's do one from the back, okay? One from the back. So you all remember how to do a Statue of Liberty where you raise both hands and then you trap the arms. And again, that's a really good example of trapping the person and going from them grabbing you to you grabbing them, right? Now from there, you have a lot of options and lots of ways that you can change the person's mind, because you have only one arm tied up. So let's do that one more time. So you only have one arm tied up, and then you can do whatever you want with this other hand. Oh my goodness, okay? So you can do whatever you need to with that other hand, but probably just this grab reversal will change the person's mind. We'll just quickly show you one more from the back like this. Again, this could even be a little more serious if the person's really holding you tight. And that is just reach up and with the hand on the same side, grab any, I'll show you one time. So the fingers grab you, and you can just grab any number of fingers, but the less number of fingers you grab, the better. You see this? So you can reach in on the palm side of the person, grab their fingers, and as they pull their fingers back, that's okay. It's not going to help them, all right? Or they could try to pull their hand away. It doesn't matter. You just follow. It's not going to help them because they got the fingers bent, okay? So watch Miss Carly do that. Grab one or two fingers, that's right, and just peel them off you. All right, now you don't have to worry about the other hand because you already got this hand like this. Oh, okay, this is not comfortable having your fingers peeled back, okay? So just reach in, grab some fingers, and pull them off you like this, okay? Now you've got them. Again, you have to be really, really careful with them because your arm is way, way stronger than a couple of fingers, so you have to be careful on that, okay? All right, so there are some ways that you can get away. Again, be careful. We're not trying to hurt anybody. We just are showing them that we're in charge of our own body, our own space, and that they need to keep their hands off us. Okay, so thanks very much. Hi everybody, this is my Karate Kid Carly. I'm so happy she's here to help me today. So we'll demonstrate the one steps for you. Now I will tell you the form and the one steps are a tiny bit different, but they're the same combinations. So I'll try to point out some of the differences while we're doing the one steps, okay? So these are our new one steps for Blue Jacket rotation number 2. So first evade, punch. You may need to step back a tiny bit. Round kick to the side of the person, then big step back so you have enough space. Side kick, hammer fist. All right? So you just have to adjust the space, close for the round kick, step away for the side kick, and then back in for the hammer fist, okay? And then second one is all hands, block, punch, then low hammer fist and high hammer fist. So that one, you stay for the first two and step for the next two. All right, that's similar to the stepping you did on number 2 before. All right, number 3, now it's an interesting one. You're going to move your foot out of the way so your head is not there when you're cross blocking. Step, chop, step back, front kick. Now in the form we're moving forward, but we have to be careful with the partner. So let's go through those 3 one more time. Okay, so number 1, evade, punch, round kick, step away, side kick, hammer fist. Now on number 2, we're going to just block, punch,
step and change feet and use our lead hand. So one hand does the block and the other hand does all 3 shots. And then number 3 is fade away. Make sure you're getting your foot out of the way so that your head isn't in the way of this anymore. Turn, chop, step back, front. Okay? All right. Thank you very much. All right. Thanks, everybody.
What did the Dalmatian say after he had finished all his lunch? That hit the spot.